This is my assignment 6 presentation. Measures. Calories. The energy required to raise 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. Joules. 1 joule of energy moves a mass of 1 gram at a velocity of 1 meter per second. Kilocalories. The energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water by 1 degree Celsius. Kilojoules, a unit of measurement for energy, however, like the calorie and the joules, isn't a large unit of energy, therefore kilojoules are used more often. For my sport football, the Met value is 8.0. Using Brian Mack website, I was able to calculate how many calories I'd be burning per hour. The result was 585.35. Sources. Carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy. They are found in foods such as pasta, bread and potatoes. Also, they come in two forms, simple and complex. 1 gram of carbohydrates equals 4.0 kcal and 17 kJ of energy. Fats are the body's secondary source of energy when carbohydrates have been depleted. They are found in foods such as pizza, chocolate and crisps. 1 gram of fat equals 9 kcal and 38 kJ of energy. Protein are the body's final resource of energy. Protein is found in foods such as chicken and eggs. 1 gram of protein equals 4.0 kcal and 17 kJ of energy. In relation to football, as football is an endurance sport, carbohydrates are key to ensure that players have sufficient energy so that they are able to play for a full 90 minutes. For me, I would need close to 900 calories before a match in order to complete the match. So that I have 900 calories, I will need to consume a selection of carbohydrate foods before the game. In a game, footballers at some point will need to sprint, whether that be in defence or attack. This will use up more energy. This will result in fats and proteins being used as a source of energy towards the end of the game, and especially if the game proceeds into extra time. This secondary and tertiary supply will enable the players to complete the match while still maintaining optimum levels of performance. Measuring requirements. Body composition is the most commonly used method using somatotyping. This is where your body is either endomorph, mesomorph or ectomorph. Endomorph equals wide hips and shoulders, a lot of fat on the body. Mesomorph equals wide, broad shoulders, muscled arms and legs with minimum fat. Ectomorph equals narrow hips and shoulders with little muscle or fat. Ideally, for a footballer, you would want to have aspects of mesomorphic and ectomorphic. This would enable you to compete at the highest level and to the best of the player's ability. The reasoning for this is because a minimal amount of fat will mean that they have better fitness levels, and the more muscle will mean that they will be more powerful as they have more muscle mass. An example of this would be a player taking a shot. The more power they have, the greater muscle mass they have, the more powerful the shot will be, therefore the harder it will be for the keeper to save it, and more likely it is they will score. Lean body mass. Lean body mass is part of overall body composition, referring to lean body mass and body fat, making up total weight. Lean body mass is the total weight of bone, muscle, water, connective and organ tissue. The calculation for lean body mass is total body weight minus body fat in pounds. For me, my lean body mass is 160, take away 18.6, and this equals 141.4. Ideally for footballers, they would want to keep body fat to a minimum and therefore keeping overall body weight to a comfortable condition. Keeping body fat to a minimum will increase the player's fitness levels, meaning they can run further and more intensely during the game, meaning their performance will benefit massively. Percentage body fat. Percentage of body fat can be measured in a few methods: skin fold analysis, bioelectrical impedance analysis, and hydrodensitometry, which is underwater weighing. Skin fold analysis. This technique involves using calipers to measure the thickness of various skin folds at anatomical sites such as biceps, triceps, subscapular and supralic crest. The sum of these results are used to calculate percentage body fat. The test is relatively cheap and convenient, however it requires skill in order to perform. The subcutaneous fat is measured in millimeters. For a footballer, keeping these measurements to a minimum is key to performance. The lower the results, the less body fat and therefore the better the player's fitness levels, as they're not carrying extra unnecessary weight which will slow them down. That will increase their performance as they will be able to keep up with the speed of the game. Bioelectrical impedance analysis. This method is becoming a standard technique for assessment for body composition, as it provides a quick, easy and non-invasive results. The bioelectrical impedance analysis measures resistance to the flow of an electrical current that's put through the body. The different tissue displays different impedance to the flow of the current. By programming in your personal details such as height, age, weight, the machine can work out your optimal ranges for each result. For a footballer, it would have an advantage on their performance if their results were in the optimal range. This is because it would suggest they are healthy, therefore having good fitness levels. This would mean they could maintain a high standard of performance for a full 90 minutes during a game. If the match went into extra time, they could continue at the same tempo and intensity as before. If their results are over or under, then they might be struggling before the 90 minutes are over. Here are my bioelectrical impedance analysis results. Hydrodensitometry. This technique is considered to be one of the most accurate methods of assessing body composition. However, with that being said, it is very expensive and time consuming. In addition to this, it can be stressful as it requires the subject to be submerged in water. Elite sportsmen and women use this method as they can afford to, and it provides the most accurate results. For elite footballers, using this method would have a positive effect on their performance, because the more accurate results will give more insight into where they need to be to achieve optimum fitness. If they didn't use this method, then the fine margins could have a negative effect on their performance, meaning they won't be able to finish a full 90 minutes of a match. Direct and indirect calorimetry. This is the energy expenditure that can be assessed by direct or indirect calorimetry, essentially through the measurement of heat production. Direct measures the actual amount of heat produced by the body. It uses an airtight chamber where heat produced by the subject warms the surrounding water. Indirect estimates heat production by measuring respiratory gases. The most common technique is to use a mouthpiece and a Douglas bag. The energy consumption calculated from the amount of oxygen consumed. The consumption of 1 litre of oxygen equates to approximately 4.8 kcal of energy.